Hey guys, welcome to my 10th MMA diary. I'm going to be going over the 196 card, giving my predictions there, as well as a few of my thoughts. Going to be recapping UFC London. That was a great main event. I don't care what people say. And then also a few news and notes, just a couple of items. But, well, you know what, let's start with predictions right away for 196, because as you can see here, I'm playing the Holm Misha Tate matchup that's going to happen Saturday night. Surprise, I'm picking Tate. I love Holm. I think she's a great fighter. People are very happy that Holm beat Ronda Rousey because people hate Ronda Rousey for whatever reason. Holm, that was just a really inspiring performance, like completely dominated her, and she made a fan. I wasn't a fan of hers before because I didn't think that Marianne Renault fight was exactly quality entertainment, nor was the first fight. I think she fought Raquel Pennington. But Misha Tate, I think Misha Tate's going to know that this is her last real chance to get a title, because if she can't beat Holm, and Holm probably is going to go through all the other competitors in the bantamweight division. You know, maybe Kat Zingano, but where has she been? You know, where's Kat Zingano been? Juliana Pena, maybe, but she's always injured, or she has those significant knee injuries. You know, think of the other names. Amanda Nunes, maybe, but I don't know. I think Tate's going to go really hard for this title, try and become UFC champion. I'm really pulling for her. So I'm going to go with Misha Tate by decision. I think she's going to take her down, try and grind her out, and go for a decision. But here's some other fights in that card that I'm going to predict here. Diego Sanchez versus Jim Miller is the featured prelim on UFC Fight Pass. I'm going with Jim Miller. I really like Diego Sanchez. I'm a big fan of his, but Jim Miller is really good. And, you know, as much as I'd love to see Diego Sanchez win, I think Jim Miller is going to get it done. But that's a good fight. I'm excited to see that. Eric Silva versus Nardine Taleb. I'm going to go with Eric Silva just because I'm not really familiar with the other guy. Eric Silva's kind of been a disappointment. He hasn't looked very good recently. Brandon Thatch versus Bahadurazade. I have no idea who that other guy is. So I'm going to go with Brandon Thatch, even though kind of like Eric Silva, he's been a little bit of a disappointment lately, but I don't know. He lost to Benson Henderson. You can't really... I mean, he's way bigger than Benson Henderson, but I can't really fault him for that since Benson Henderson used to be a title holder. And then he lost to Gunnar Nelson. And, you know, that's a bummer. But maybe, I mean, he's not much of a jiu-jitsu guy, and Gunnar Nelson got him there, so. Amanda Nunes versus, I think her name is Valentin Shevchenko. I really like the Russian. I like Shevchenko a lot. I think she's a really good boxer. Her debut was very impressive. But Amanda Nunes is like top of the heap. I think Amanda Nunes probably is going to be one of the next title shot, or have the next title shot after Rousey. So I'm going to go with Amanda Nunes there. Corey Anderson, aka Beastin 25-8, the worst nickname I've ever heard, is going up against one of the best nicknames, Filthy Tom Lawler. And I'm going with Tom Lawler. I think he's underrated. Corey Anderson's pretty good, don't get me wrong. Like, he's a grinder. But I'm going to go with Tom Lawler. John Vellante versus Alida Latifi. Latifi's coming off a fight not too long ago where he got a quick first-round knockout. And Alida Latifi is like a weird muscle hamster. Like, he's huge. He's just bulked out. John Vellante, he's had a weird career. I'm going to pick John Vellante, though. But I don't know. That's sort of a weird featured bout before the co-main and main event. I mean, the card's kind of weak. I would put Nunez and Shevchenko up there because I think that's probably a better fight than those other two, but you know, what can you do? So I already gave you my Holm versus Tate prediction. I'm picking Tate there. Then Conor versus Nate Diaz. Pretty sure Conor's gonna win. I say before round 3 he gets a knockout, but I'm really pulling for Diaz. I hope this fight's as fun as it sounds like it's gonna be. You know, like those are two great. Or Nate's not really a great talker. He's just a crazy motherfucker who like shows his emotions on his sleeve or wears his emotions on his sleeve in the ring. And I hope it's as fun as it could be, or it should be. I don't want to see Conor get another 13-second knockout, because what a letdown that was.
Nice inside leg kick by Tate.
Yeah, I think Conor should get it done quick. But Nate Diaz, if he can get it on the ground, who knows? He could catch Conor as sub. He's really good at jiu-jitsu and whatnot. Oh, there we go. Get her, get her.
Full mount. Ah, very, very, very nice. Tate gets caught by the left. Looking to mount. Hip escape. Gets out of the full mount. Oh, smooth, Joe.
I'll let her out. Damn it.
Good execution.
So yeah, Jim Miller, Eric Silva, Brandon Thatch, Amanda Nunez, and Tom Lawler, John Galante, Misha Tate, Conor McGregor. Those are my picks.
Very clean counter.
And speaking of picks, last time, my last video, I predicted the UFC London card, and I nailed that. I nailed every single one of my picks. Pretty pumped about that. The Brad Pickett one was definitely controversial, and some people think the Michael Bisping Anderson Silva decision was controversial, but you know, I'm pretty sure that Bisping won that fight. He probably shouldn't have if Anderson wasn't doing his prime Anderson thing where he just jumps about, does all sorts of crazy shit. So, fair warning, or honesty here. I missed the first few fights of the card because I was ice fishing with my girlfriend's dad, so I came back a little late. Holy shit, my head damage is severe. But the first fight I did see was the heavyweight fight between the Polish guy and I don't remember the other guy. But that was a nut kick festival. And then it ended because of a nut kick. And man, those two guys were not happy with each other about that. They looked kind of gassed. Polish guy is pissed and the other guy is like, fuck you. Polish guy who got hit in the nuts got a technical decision. So the Polish guy ended up winning even though he kicked him in the nuts a whole bunch. So Polish guy shouldn't have been so pissed. But the other guys should, like, I can understand the other guy's frustration. He's like, yo, how would I kick you in the nuts and you keep trying to fight? He got kicked in the nuts like 3 times. Norman Park versus Khabibov. Totally forgot that fight was on the card. That's a really interesting fight. It didn't turn out to be so great, but Khabibov looked fucking fantastic. And Khabibov got the unanimous decision victory. I really like Norman Park ever since he fought in Brazil that one time, and just this British guy just going speaking Portuguese to a Brazilian crowd was awesome. I really liked that.
Starting to figure out the distance, and I think they're going to get after it.
Arnold Allen catching Mazov literally in the final seconds, but did not get the knockout. I felt bad for him, but he had 30-27s across the board, so can't feel too bad for him. Scott Askin KO. That was some pretty impressive stuff.
Nice. She's got half guard here.
The prelims weren't necessarily all that great, but there was a few good moments. Shoot.
Good punch.
I wonder what Holly Holm's submission defense is like.
Back up to the feet. Nice turning side.
I think Ronda almost got her in an armbar, but she escaped, so who knows.
Nice left kick to the body.
Big connection with the jab.
Oop, oop, oop. Marlon Vera and Mark Goddard. That was weird, was it not? I mean, those guys. Mark Goddard seemed pissed off at Marlon Vera, like pissed. He's like, "Get those fingers out of the glove." Nice. It was very strange.
That was a very hard right hand. Oh, man.
Yeah, they looked to have some real beef with each other. Derry Grant looks like a chunk of his head was missing during that fight. That was, I think it was in the beginning of the second. He just had like a big red patch on his head. It was the blood, but it looked like a piece of his skull was missing. It was very disturbing.
Good takedown defense.
Even when you block those
I didn't write down who won. I think it was Grant, because didn't Vera get a point taken away? I don't remember. That's another problem with doing these a week later, is that you sort of forget the little details. Ooh.
Slams her down.
brilliant slam.
She's working from half guard.
Under a minute now.
Nice punch.
We are back in the half guard again.
Damn it.
Back up again.
Good kicks, Joe.
Big kick lands. Oh, very nice.
So Brad Pickett gets an entertaining win. Wait, I didn't write down the fucking Mark Vladimir County fight.
Final 10 seconds of the round.
Oh,
And that's
Okay,
the
so
end
let's
of
see.
round number 2.
Alright. Yeah, Mark Vladimir County got the victory. It was a grinding victory, but he looked good. I mean, if you ask me, he didn't get dinged up.
let's take one.
He did what he had to do. He showed us some wrestling. I really like that guy, Mark Vladimir County. I think he's going to be pretty good, pretty quick here. The Brandon Pickett got an entertaining win. I think a lot of people had it for Rivera, and they would be right, because I thought Rivera pretty clearly won that fight. But man, I felt so good for Pickett after his reaction and the post-fight interview. Like,
Got a chance to see some awesome
you know, poor Rivera, but good for Pickett.
Here tonight in Las Vegas.
Nakamura had a crazy sub attempt at the end of the second. It was like an omoplata with the legs around the head, and then he swapped the omoplata behind the guy's back. It looked very painful, but yeah, Nakamura put up a pretty damn good fight. I didn't think he would. I didn't think that scrap would be as competitive as it was, and he really took it to breeze. But at the end of the day, it was a breezy, unanimous decision. His hype train rolls on, maybe a little bit less than it was before.
On the submissions attempted.
I like to try it. Oh, I don't want her to get up. I just wanted her to roll around to her back. Oh shit!
He's gonna go down.
big leg kick lands. Front kick to the face.
Strong kick.
The Gregard Mousasi Talis Leites fight. You know,
She's done a good job advancing this fight and pushing her opponent against the fence. Tate goes into side control.
Gregard Mousasi Talis Leites fight was utter domination by Mousasi. I didn't really care for the way he was reacting to the fans afterwards. That was a bit unnecessary, but if he wants to go full heel, I guess I can support that.
That's a
big
strong
uppercut.
uppercut.
Teeing away.
Yeah, he picked Talis Leites apart big time with the jab. He never really had Leites in danger of a knockout, but he looked good.
Can't find the range with that.
can't fault him for trying to get back in the win column after that devastating Uriah Hall knockout. So I thought that would have been a good co-main event, really.
And she completes a takedown.
Turned out not so much. Well, what can you do? They all can't be great. Oh God, full mount? Are you kidding me right now? Oh shit!
Shot to the head.
Tate gets up. Very nicely done. Good job working the body.
Wow, what a back and forth exchange.
They're working for dominance in the clinch.
Fuck.
And separate.
I have a whole thing about the main event that I'm gonna get to here eventually. Shit, I'm gonna lose this fight. I gotta get her in it. So.
Really swelling up quickly. She's in stack guard here.
Well, look at that, scoots.
She's back up again.
And a right behind it. What an exchange.
They have fought for 15 minutes, and we are headed to the...
Yeah, Mousasi picks Tate apart, but nothing explosive. Unanimous decision victory for Mousasi, and after this fight, Mousasi flips off the crowd, and then he also sort of went haywire, I guess, with Ariel Helwani going nuts. I didn't see that interview. I heard about it. So I'm going to save my main event review for after this fight so I can focus on it a little bit more. But I have like a full page written out here of notes, so we'll get to it. But some other news and notes here. Wanderlei Silva signs a contract with Bellator, not Risen, which is surprising. I thought he was for sure fought with Risen. But, yeah, Risen and Bellator co-promoted for their first event, so I wouldn't be surprised if they also did it again. But it's kind of strange because I'm assuming Bellator is going to have to be okay with the Nevada Commission if they want to,
Vicious shots.
Hip escape. Gets out.
if they want to be able to, like, do some big promotions. But then again, they almost never, I don't remember a Bellator fight in Vegas. They're always in, like, San Jose or St. Louis. So, I don't know. From what I understand, well, I don't know. Nevada seems to be the king of all the things, even though they're not supposed to be.
Tate's kick is blocked. Good exchange back and forth here. Nice job with the roundhouse.
I would have thought that Wanderlei could have fought in Japan without really worrying about anything. But he signs with Bellator. They must have given him a nice contract. Wanderlei versus Rampage? I'd sign up for that. Maybe that's already happened. I don't know. Oh, get it. Get her leg.
Great job blocking that punch. Tate with some solid kicks.
Nice hook to the body.
Darren Cruikshank, the Detroit superstar, got released from the UFC this week. What a bummer. Fucking, his fight with Paul Felder was,
And from here, transitions to the Muay Thai clinch.
his fight with Paul Felder, he was winning until the third round.
Nice knee.
Strong knees by Tate.
Ooh.
Kicking a huge block.
You know, it's a bummer. I bet he's gonna.
Head kick. Nicely
I wrote here that
That's a good connection.
I'd be willing to put money that by the this time next year he'll be in the champion of. Well, if he goes to World Series of Fighting, he'll be the champion there for sure. I guarantee it.
Her left outer thigh is really starting to bruise up.
Good body shot.
And there's a takedown attempt.
Tate with some good kicks.
Oh God, this isn't looking good for me.
Nice.
Oh, oh, it happened again. Wow,
Just going toe to toe.
got her.
Oh, huge suplex.
They're in the north-south here. Tate with some nice...
There we go. Go to her back. Get her back. Get her back.
20 seconds left in the round.
Ah.
Tate with the hammer fist. Knee to the midsection. They
So, here's what I said. Derek Cruikshank's Detroit superstar was released from the UFC after three straight losses. He was beating Felder 2 rounds to nothing before getting caught with a sub in the third. So you feel bad for the guy, but I say he's a champ in another promotion before this time next year. I think he's pretty good. I don't know about Bellator anymore, because Bellator's starting to get pretty stacked, and I think he's a 155 or... Pretty sure. Maybe he's a 170. I'm pretty sure he's 155.
Here we see a devastating suplex.
So, if he goes to Bellator, he's going to have to worry about Benson Henderson. And I don't think he's going to beat him that. But, you know, Justin Gaethje, I think he's a 170. I think Darren Cruikshank's 170 pounder, so Justin Gaethje versus Darren Cruikshank. I'm going to pick Darren Cruikshank all day.
Check that one. Big hook.
Then Frankie Edgar made some headlines. He was pretty pissed about the way the UFC was making him sound. Turns out he had a groin injury well before RDA ever injured his foot, so he was pretty much off the table before it got started. So,
as we track the fight, we see the number of total strikes land.
Takedown.
Right hand. She's going for the arm here.
Oh, shit, almost.
That connected.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
Look at that. Nice.
Vicious ground and pound by Tate.
Full guard. She's got some real swelling on her right eye. Wow.
Get out of the way, you fucking jabroni. Ooh. I'm not feeling good about this. Sorry, I know I should be trying to predict a fight here, but I'm all about this fight right now. Ah.
This fight belongs to anybody.
It really is anybody's fight to win or anybody's fight to lose at this point. The kick gets...
I think Misha, if she can get the fight on the ground, land some nice ground and pound, I think it's a equalizer big time. If she can do that in the first round, I feel even better about my prediction.
Tate's a mess. That cut is getting worse.
If I gambled, I would totally put some money on Misha Tate. I think she's a big dog, so. Ah, oh, fuck.
Good punch. Tate getting work from the top. And back up again.
Nice head kick.
They're trading strikes here. That's a big hook.
Oh! 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 Sorry, everyone. I'm freaking out, but I almost got knocked out there. That would have been terrible.
She's inside control.
Half guard.
Let's go for one more sub. Damn it.
And she's back up again. Oh! Nice leg kick by Tate. Good kicks. Oh, man, that leg kick did some...
All right, that's done. Yeah, I'm really excited for that Tate Holm fight. I think that should be the best fight of the night, probably. All right, so here's my Bisping Silva notes. You ready for this? It's a lot. So, Bisping wins 48-47 unanimous decision. I wrote my notes. I wrote all my thoughts down right after the fight. So, that was a crazy fight. I had the first 2 rounds for Bisping, and it was crazy how Bisping tagged Silva at the end of both rounds but couldn't get the finish. People say Silva wasn't really rocked in the first. I don't know, I don't think he was rocked. In the second, he was definitely rocked. But right at the end of the round, the third round happened. Yeah, that's a crazy round. At the beginning of it, I told my girlfriend Hillary that Bisping needs to win this round in case it goes to a decision because I thought Bisping would be gassed in the 4th and the 5th due to how he was going after Silva at the end of the 2nd and 1st. And then what do you know? Bisping goes and loses that round. Let's see who wins.
5 rounds. We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision.
Come on, Bisping.
All 3 judges score this contest 48-47. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision and new
Yeah, look at me. 48-47. That's right. I get another win. Just the way I thought it was going to happen. Okay, so, I told my girlfriend that I needed to win the third, and he lost it. Truth be told, the final seconds of round 3 blocked out everything else that happened in that round, so I don't really remember if he would have won or not. I don't even remember what happened in the 4th, really, because that 3rd round was just ended so crazy. But, so let's go over what happened here. Bisping drops his mouthpiece and panics. That's the only way to explain what happened, was that he panicked. Like, he pointed to the mouthpiece to Herb Dean's like, yo, I need my mouthpiece. And Herb's like, what the fuck are you doing? Keep fighting. You know, Bisping's like the veteran of the UFC. Like, he's had one of the longest careers in the UFC. He's probably had one of the people who had the most fights in the UFC. You'd think he would know that things happen in MMA and that you should never, ever take your eyes off of Anderson Silva, because he's, you know, one of the most dangerous fighters of all time. And what do you know? Bisping took his eyes off the spider and he got tagged. Like, holy shit, he got tagged. Oh man, that was such a crazy knee. Like, that would have gone on Anderson's like highlight reel, even though Anderson already has like one of the biggest highlight reels in all of MMA. That one probably would have gone on there because he hit it and he turns and walks off like, yo, I got this. But literally like a second or two after he nailed that knee, the bell goes off. So I'm totally fine with Herb Dean not stopping it, because Bisping looked right at Herb Dean right after he got that knee, and it's like, what the fuck, you just cost me this fight. And Herb's like, no, I didn't stop the fight. I didn't stop the fight. And Silva just like totally shuts off all of his English skills that he already has, and he just starts parading around like, yo, I won this fight, and everyone's yelling at him. It's not over. His corner comes rushing into the cage like, yo, you did it. I don't understand. These guys are like supposed to be veterans, and it looked like amateur hour in there. Yeah, so Silva's picture-perfect jumping knee that shattered Bisping's face. Bisping really looked bad after that. Spider starts celebrating. His corner runs in, acts like he won, while everyone's telling him, yo, the fight's not over. Bisping doesn't get a cut man, apparently, so in between the 3rd and 4th round, so he's a bloody mess at the start of the 4th. And 4th starts in utter confusion. You know, Anderson quick gets a drink of water, and then what do you know, it starts right away. Frickin' 4th is quite controversial. This is the round that decided the fight. I have no strong opinion on that round, because, like I said, I was fucking fuming over the 3rd round. You should have heard me. I was just yelling like a motherfucker. Spider wins the 5th, and Bisping barely survives. Spider landed that nice front kick to the face. Like, he was up against the cage almost, and he nailed it. That was awesome. I'm really, really happy for Michael Bisping, because, you know, that guy, he's never won the big fight, and Silva, you know, despite losing those two to Weidman and getting that kind of boring win over Diaz, so Silva's not like at the top of his game. Like, this isn't peak Spider he's beating, but you know, I'm still happy for him. Really bummed for Spider, but super happy for Bisping. You know, in his home country. I think he's from London, or is he Manchester? I don't know. Yeah, Anderson Silva said after the fight that apparently in Portuguese, he said that just like in Brazil, it was totally corrupt. That if this fight was anywhere but London, Silva would have won the fight. But Silva was acting like a jabroni, jumping around all over the place. Like, and he was doing his hand movements like he was when he got caught with Weidman. You know, I don't want to necessarily see what he did against Diaz, because that was pretty boring, but Silva had a couple of opportunities there to really put him away. Like, at the 4th, he should have just went at him hardcore, because Bisping was still rocked. People think that was a 10-8 round, the 3rd round. No, not a 10-8 round. It was pretty even up until the final second. You know, Anyways, that was a good card, or not. I wouldn't say good card. It was a good main event. It was definitely a good fight. 196 coming up. I already gave you my predictions. A few other names I'm excited to see is Darren Elkins, and you know, just because he had some The Ultimate Fighter moments, or what the hell is it? Yeah, Tough. The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, Juicy J, Julian Erosa. He's one of the first fights on Fight Pass. I'm excited to see how he does. Just because I don't know, I like seeing people I've seen on Tough do weird things, fight in the octagon. There's another Bellator event tonight. I don't know. Joe Warren's fighting, I think. I'm probably not gonna watch that, but yeah. So I'll be back next week talking about the 196 card, and I wonder if there's another card after this weekend next week. I don't know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.